Hi everyone, my name is Salia and welcome to my Booktube anniversary / mukbang video. Yeah, so why am I doing this video? Well, I've been on YouTube for a year now. Recently, Joe from Average Joe Reads made a Booktube anniversary tag, and then Alyssa, who also has a Booktube channel, she also did the tag, and I actually watched the whole video premiere. And in that video, I told her I'd do a mukbang, and she encouraged me to do it, so here I am. I will link both of their videos down below if you want to go check them out. So yeah, I've actually always wanted to do a mukbang, and now that the Hallyu wave is going insane in North America, I figured I might as well join along. I was originally actually going to do Asian-inspired food, but most people, unless they specifically have a Persian friend, don't really know what Persian food is. They usually mistake it for other Middle Eastern foods, so I thought I'd show a little bit of Persian pride and do a Persian-inspired mukbang as well. So I'm actually going to show you through my phone because you won't be able to see from there. That's also why I'm seated super low, so that, you know, I don't have a professional tripod. So this was the best I could do to get my face and the food in the shot. But anyways, let me now film my food. Okay, so this one, actually maybe I'll start with appetizers. So that is like Greek yogurt, I guess. It's like yogurt with cucumbers and rose petals, and I tried to make it pretty with some raisins. Yeah, you can sometimes put walnuts in it. I didn't do that, but it's like a classic appetizer for Persians. We love our yogurt, which you'll see in a second. This is the other appetizer, which I didn't know how to make pretty, so my mom might be mad, but it's like some sort of paste made with eggplants. That's the best way I can describe that. And then you eat it with bread. So I brought bread there and some onions just because we usually put green stuff with the bread, so I did that. My drink, as you'll see here, is a carbonated yogurt drink called Dur. A lot of Persians like it. I love it. It sounds weird, but it tastes good, and I think those are mint flakes. This is just a pocket mirror so that, you know, I don't get food stuck in my teeth, and then some water. And then, what do we have? Oh, those are desserts. Oh, and then, okay, the two main dishes. So this is called zeresh polo. Zeresh is the little red things here. I think they're barberry in English, and then this is like a saffron cooked chicken with some basmati rice. This thing is like the crust that happens at the bottom of the pan when you make the rice. I personally don't love it, but like Persians are obsessed with it, so I put a piece there. It's called tadik. And then this one might look weird, but it's actually one of my favorite dishes. There's the basmati rice at the base again. And then this is like a stew, and it's made with like okra, tomatoes, these like sour grapes. This is an eggplant, and then some meat. So my dessert, so here are my candles as well that I'm gonna blow out soon. But these are called napoloni, and they're like a bunch of layers with custard in between. I don't know how to explain that. Some sort of like pastry with custard. Okay, and then these are like 3 cakes, but I got like Persian-inspired flavors. So this is pomegranate, that's not pomegranate. This is pomegranate, this is pistachio, and then that's walnut and chocolate. Cool! Okay, now we're gonna go back to the actual camera. That is my tripod that I was alluding to earlier. I also have my notebook because, you know, in case I forget everything I wanted to say today. Let's start. Cheers. Okay, the first question is, how many years on Booktube are you celebrating? That's easy. It's 1. Okay, so that do I eat and then answer and then eat? Okay, let's do some rearranging. Sorry if you see me chewing. What has kept you, this is question number 2. Oh, that burns a little. Hold on. Okay, what has kept you motivated to keep making videos on Booktube, right? Okay, so watching Joe's channel, and in general, like most people, would say that the best part of Booktube is the people and the community. That doesn't really keep me motivated. For me, it's always just been that I really enjoy making the videos. That's really it. Like I just find the whole process so rewarding. The fact that you have this whole finished product when you're done. Just the thrill of putting a video out there and seeing how it'll do and whether it'll explode and become viral. Just shit like that. Like, it's so interesting to see how the world receives your video versus how you feel about the video, you know? Also, I just feel like in terms of being a filmmaker or like video editing and making videos. I feel like I've only just started to scratch the surface of how many cool things you can do, and I'm constantly improving, and it's just so nice to see how much I've grown in a year alone and like how much more I can grow. I think videography, not that YouTube is anywhere like on the level, at least my channel. There are some really great YouTubers out there, but not that like my stuff is anywhere on par with someone who's actually like gone to film school or like legitimately knows what they're doing. But it's just cool that I'm becoming more and more comfortable with it, and that I can do more and more complicated, I was gonna say procedures, projects, and learning is cool, is what I'm trying to say. And then also, as someone who's not necessarily the most extroverted or talking a lot, or, you know, like I don't always share my opinions about everything, I'm very happy to just sit back and let someone else steal the show and just hear what they have to say. It's just been so nice to have this one space where it's only my voice, which has been cool. Like, not that I wouldn't do collaborations and things like that, but nobody interrupts me here. It's just me, the camera. I can edit it to sound however I want. I can present myself however I want. And this whole, like, having a channel and talking, it's strangely helped me like in real life too, because it reminds me that I'm allowed to take up space and to not feel uncomfortable with that. It just kind of reminds me that I should do the same outside too, because, you know, like people will talk over you. This sounds weird, but people will talk over you if you don't talk, because like whatever, silences are awkward, etc. But they do want to hear from you. And I think when you're a quieter person, or you're more willing to hear their side, if you don't interrupt them and share your opinion, then they'll just assume you don't want to, even though they might actually be interested in what you have to say. And just recognizing that like your voice matters, and that you should feel comfortable taking up that space, and you shouldn't feel like you're imposing, etc. It's just been cool to have like YouTube where I can do this freely, and then, you know, it's almost like practice, so that when I'm out in the world, or when I'm working, or whatever, group projects, etc., then I feel more comfortable just sharing my opinion, and like I said, just taking up space. Those are probably my biggest motivations. Also, I guess I have a slight, very minimally obsessive tendency. Like if I like something, I like it a lot. That's all I do. So I really like this, so I'll keep doing that. Oh my god. Should I time the question so that like I have enough food? Okay. Question 3 is 3 favorite videos you made and why. So, actually, okay. Before I start, there's 8 questions. Okay, I'll do one more question, or in mid-question I'll switch to my lunches, and then I can do dessert for the last couple. Okay. Okay, so 3 favorite videos. In general, I think because of med school and now residency, I never get to put in as much energy and time as I want to in my projects, but the few videos where I have been able to put a bit more effort in them, where they have pushed me to learn more editing and they just felt more creative, those have by far been my favorite videos. So without a doubt, my favorite video, which is the only non-bookish content that I that I posted, my aphasia video with my dad. So if you didn't watch it, or, you know, weren't interested because you're only here for books, my dad had a stroke 3 years ago. And because of the stroke, he had aphasia, which just means that you have difficulty communicating. For him, it's specifically speaking. So he'll just say stuff that doesn't always make sense, or it's not always what he's trying to say. Anyways, a lot of people, like after his stroke, were concerned or like wanted to help, or were always asking me like, how's your dad doing? Is he better yet? Etc. And it got kind of tiring to try to explain like strokes don't really always get 100% better. Every single person recovers in a different way. He'll obviously have some ongoing disability. Like, no, he hasn't returned to work yet. No, blah, blah, blah. It just got kind of annoying, and it wasn't people's fault. It's just that like nobody, at least my family and friends, really like knew about it. And a lot of people don't know what aphasia is. Okay, let's move on to meals. I made this video in part because I finally wanted people to understand the difficulties that he goes through day to day and kind of get an idea of like, how is he, right? Because people would ask me that, And I'd usually just say, oh, he's doing good. Yeah, he's like a little bit better. Because there was just no way to explain all the different struggles that he goes through, because they're not, I don't know, it's not one objective thing. It's just like adapting to his new life. And I think a lot of people didn't understand what his new life was. So I made this video to kind of capture what life is like with aphasia. And it turned out so much better than I thought it would. Like, quality-wise, it's not the greatest, and it does look like an amateur video, and I'm totally okay with that. But it actually really captured all the things that I wanted it to. I think after watching that, you really do get an idea of what aphasia is, at least for him. There's probably a lot of similarities. Obviously, everyone's slightly different. Yeah, I was really proud of that video, and getting to show it to my dad was obviously really cool. You know, it's always nice to make a video that like truly has a purpose and can like educate someone or change someone's opinion on something. And that video has been shared with like a couple different like neurology places. And I even got an email from one guy who watched it, who had a stroke, and he lived in Florida, and like just talking about like the similarities in his experience, and it was just really cool. So yeah, that's by far my favorite video. My next favorite one, let me eat a bit. You guys are gonna see how bad my skin is. Just gonna use my hands, I think. Oh gosh, okay. The other video that I'm proud of is my Wildcard movie trailer. That one's just so cool. I love that video so much. It's also, production-wise, terrible, but I put a lot of effort into that one. I put a lot of planning. I literally got a whole film crew. I and my 2 friends did a bit of scouting for some spots nearby. That one was probably one of my favorite ones, just because it really felt like we were making a genuine production, and it was just so cool. Like, I wish I could do more stuff like that. I made them stay up with me till midnight to paint that wig, even though the color kept leaching, and in the end I had a pastel colored Mr. Ken. And then my other one was probably my How I Annotate video. That was my first dive into comedy, and I would love to be a more chill channel that does more comedy and just goofy videos. I think it's so cool to be able to make people laugh, and I would love to just have a funny channel. I'm not inherently as funny as and entertaining as some people, but it's the dream, you know? The dream would be that I have a really funny channel. At the moment, I actually think my channel is a little too serious, but being funny is hard. It takes more effort. Like, it's easy to be just chill and boring. I shouldn't say boring, like chill and soothing and just, you know, doing your thing and not worrying about other people or trying to put on a show. As a viewer, it's so much cooler when the person's hella entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I think I'm napkin. Well, that's 3 videos, right? So next question. 4. What have you struggled with on Booktube in the last year, and how have you overcome it? Now that you're going to try to attack me, I literally wrote like 5 different things because I struggle a lot in life, okay? Okay, the easiest one, because I cannot overcome it, is that I just think my aesthetic overall is weak, but I can't help it because I just don't have an eye for that type of shit, you know? And I don't have an artsy friend who's willing to do it for me. So, yeah. Otherwise, okay, let's switch. I touched on it briefly, but I have not felt like a part of the community yet. Oh no. I don't feel inadequate on Booktube. I don't feel like if my videos don't do well, if my channel doesn't do well, I don't take it personally. And it doesn't really affect my sense of like worth or self-worth. So I don't struggle with that, but I do struggle with like, what's the point? You know, if the channel's not going to grow, if people aren't going to watch your videos or blah, blah, blah. Like, or also more importantly, honestly, if I'm not going to provide anything different from other booktubers, what is the point of having my channel? Like, yes, having your voice heard is fun, and yeah, I do it for myself. Oh no. And yeah, I do it for like my own self-growth. That's what keeps me motivated. So regardless, I will do it. But every once in a while, I kind of got stuck in this, like, what's the point? Like, should I brand the channel? Should I actually have a focus? Should I try to switch things up? Like, I want my videos to have a purpose. I don't want to just, here's me talking and there is no point to this, I'm just doing it. I like want my video to have a reason, or I want people to have a reason to come watch my videos. And I sometimes even struggle, maybe this is getting like too weird. I spend hours on Booktube sometimes, and I think it's such a complete waste of time. And then I think, I'm like, oh my God, but I'm just contributing to this mess. Like, other people are spending minutes on my video. Not a lot, but like other people are there. And I'm like, why am I wasting their day? So like, I don't even know where I'm going with this. But I struggle sometimes thinking like the whole channel and my videos are pointless. And I also struggle with like, how can I make it different? How can I be the change I want to see in the world, you know? How do I do that? And I'm not quite sure yet. But that's kind of something that like I always think about. I struggle trying to make friends in this community. Oh, I'm supposed to answer how I overcome these two. So after BookCon, I realized how incredibly weird that experience is without having any Booktube friends. So I sent an email and a DM, and the email was ignored. And then my DM was accepted by Isabel, and I'll link her channel. So now we're doing a buddy read. So maybe I have a friend now, and then that's it. So I need to work to try to make some friends. Although, like, do I have time for friends? You know, I hardly have time to take care of myself. But also just, like, trying to be more involved. I literally, like, I hate Twitter. I hate all the Booktube drama. So I don't really want to be involved in that sense. But I'm going to try. Maybe I'll try to do Booktube-a-thon. What am I talking about? Maybe I'll try to do the Reading Rush and see if I can make any friends there. I met Mia last year doing that. So I'm so crazy. So who knows? Can I have dessert yet? What is 5? Okay, choose one moment from the past year on Booktube that you would like to relive. Honestly, I don't know, but there's one particular moment that I have to relive. There are many moments in the year that I'd like to relive, but they're not related to Booktube. I'm going to interpret this question slightly differently and say that what's been the best thing that's come of this. And strangely, I complain about not having online friends, but in a weird way, I think this channel brought me closer to my in real life friends. Oh my God, boo-boo. Oh, my in real life friends, because, you know, just from having them support me, from letting them get a glimpse into how obsessed I truly am with books. I feel like they all knew, but I never openly talked to them about it. And then since starting the channel, and like since I've gotten more involved in Booktube, I feel like I'm more comfortable being like, yeah, you should read this, or like, this is a great book. And they all already had a love for reading, but I feel like because I'm always so into it and we all have some free time now, and you know, it's nice. We've all like gotten more into it, and they know I like it, so they'll talk to me about books, and then we've all followed each other on Goodreads now, and we're like a reading crew, kind of. But that's been cool. I've already gotten 2 IRL friends to read Love from A to Z. One of them finished it and loved it. One just started, so we'll see if she loves it. And like in general, they get to know me a little bit better. Especially now that for residency, a lot of us are in different cities. You know, they can watch my vlog or watch whatever, and it's like I'm in their home with them. Okay, shout out a huge supporter of your channel. We're at number 6. Oh my God, I got up to dessert fam. Hold on. Okay, a huge supporter of my channel. Okay, she 100% will no longer be watching my videos, but Tiffany, who was my roommate when she became my roommate. She was my friend when I started the channel. Her and Zoe together kind of gave me the push to start the channel on my birthday last year. And then I started making videos, whatever. She was like my #1 fan back then. And she was like also my inspirational, motivational coach, you know. If I needed help choosing a thumbnail, if I needed like just words of encouragement, and just like, especially when you first start and you're getting like 5 views, you know, you really think it's pointless. Like at least right now I'm like, well, I know 5 people for sure will watch it. So like, it's not totally pointless. But back then it genuinely was pointless to put videos online. And she just reminded me, she's like, but why are you doing it? Is it for the views or is it because you genuinely like it? And I was like, because I genuinely like it. She's like, so there you go. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, you're right. Wow. So yeah, she's been one of my biggest supporters. But speaking of like the whole views things, I really feel like, at least right now, I'm kind of at a place where instead of being like upset or wanting to grow or whatever, because I feel like that's what everybody wants to do, I think about it a lot and I'm like, well, Sally, like, do you want to grow? Like, if you grow, why do you want to grow? I do have a dream where like, if I could monetize, I would monetize the channel and then I could choose like different medical charities and like each month or each couple months like choose, you know, like Epilepsy Canada. I don't know if that's a real place, but the epilepsy foundation, whatever it's called, or like MS or like heart and stroke or shit like that, and I could donate the money, that'd be kind of cool. So I have that goal. But I don't necessarily want the engagement. I literally would just want to grow the channel to have that benefit. So I feel like that's a kind of bad reason to want to grow. Even though it seems selfless, I think it's also weird. But anyways, I think people who are really focused on growing their channel forget to enjoy being a small channel, because there's some liberties you have with that. Like, I want to enjoy this moment for what it is. Right now, I think I have 107 subscribers. Right now, having just over 100, I can still do whatever I want. I could literally like switch this whole thing up and I wouldn't feel bad, you know? I could become a baking channel, a mukbang channel. I could become whatever, and I wouldn't feel too bad. I'd only be hurting a couple, like under 10 people would maybe be upset, if that. So it still means that I get to experiment. I don't have to feel bad if I don't post. All this other stuff. Like, it doesn't have any of the pressure of being a larger channel, and I can like respond to people right away if I so choose to do. If I so choose to do so. If I choose to do so. If I so choose. I think that's how you say that. It's fun to be a small channel. It's cool to be a small channel, and I'm very proud to be a small channel. Okay. Also though, for supporters, although for supporters, since I am a small channel, I probably shout out everybody. Andrew and Zoe have also been huge supporters. My dad's also a real MVP because he will watch all my videos from beginning to end. And I know for a fact that he couldn't care less and would rather be watching like Persian music videos or something. But Hannah from Snow White Reader, I have no idea how she's like everywhere on YouTube, commenting on everyone's videos. She's literally like everyone's #1 supporter. She's super cool and has helped my channel. And her comments just always make you feel so loved, you know? Isabel, she always comments. She's great. Olivia, yeah, I will link all of their channels down below. And if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe. Okay. Yeah, so I think those are all my shout outs. Obviously my mama and my grandma for always keeping me full so I could work on this career. And she cooked all of this. My mom helped with all of this except I went and bought the cakes. Okay, let's go to, I want my dessert. What are we next at? Okay, 7 and 8. Let's sing happy birthday to the channel first, and then I'll finish the last couple questions. No. Oh no. My bum's getting kind of sweaty. Okay, we are back. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear HustleSZN. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I'm gonna get you to blow. Actually, maybe I don't. Ah! We're okay. Oh, fuck. All right. Okay, thank God we have a glass table and nothing happened except for some fire and melted wax on the table. Okay, I'll do that later. Let's have cake. Question 7. What's the best book you've read in the past year? So I didn't use Goodreads last year. The pomegranate cake, by the way, is one of my favorites. If you're in Richmond Hill, it's at Negin. I'm tempted to say Love from A to Z. I recently did the mid-year book freakout tag. That's such a mouthful. And I talked about Letters to the Lost as well as Love from A to Z. So if I don't say those specifically, probably a very large expanse of sea. It wasn't like an all-around perfect read, but it was just so cool to have like a Iranian American, you know, because I'm Iranian Canadian. Real cool. Were there other ones? Nevernight was fun. What else did I like? Oh, It Ends With Us. That one was cool because I just feel like even now I get an uneasy feeling thinking about that book. My friend Leah chose it for our book club, and it was one of the best conversations we've had. It's just such an engaging book, you know? Gives you a lot to think about. This one's really good. Okay, and last question. Where do you see your channel in 1 year's time, and what do you hope to have achieved? Whoa. That's a really big question. I don't know how much I could achieve in a year, but obviously the big goal is, like I said, if I could monetize to give to charity, that'd be sick. But for myself, I just want to grow as a filmmaker. I would love to like actually make some friends online. But I mean, like, I've never done collabs. I've never done a live show. I still haven't done a 24-hour readathon. Shit like that, you know? Or like, could I make like Toronto's version of BookCon? That'd be sick. If we could do like all Canadians and have our own get together instead of forcing us to go to New York City. Especially with the American dollar being so bad, it's not very nice, you know. Although 100% one of the bigger Canadian ones would probably do it before I get there, but like I can dream. But yeah, even just like a small Toronto meetup would be cool. And I say this like as I'm leaving Toronto, but still. Also just like experimenting, trying out different videos. I like originally started this channel because I only wanted to do in-depth reviews. And my first like 3 videos are essentially that. It's just like spoiler-filled reviews. And I haven't had the chance to do that in a while. I don't know if it's just because the stuff I've been reading, like I haven't been wanting to talk about. Like some books I read and I'm like, this isn't worth a 5-hour discussion. Like literally this is only worth a small wrap-up. So maybe I just need to hone in on like what I actually want to do. I think I'm too swayed by everyone else in the community, and like I want to do what's popular at the moment, and I want to do what's big and can get engagement because I haven't found my circle of friends on Booktube yet. So I'm always like, you know, struggling with like, what do I want to do in my corner alone, and what do I want to do so that I can be active in the community. And being active in the community means not always doing what you want to do. It like means, you know, means like participating in other people's tags and maybe reading a book that the whole community is happy about. And in a year's time, I would love to just like know what it is I want and like have a more, not even focused, but just like make videos that I really intentionally want to be making, make the content I want to see. And also, I definitely want to just have more fun. Like I want my videos to have more of a purpose, and I want, you know, people who come to my channel to like leave having watched my video feeling really happy, or I made them laugh. And I do have some ideas for that. Like I want to try more games, I want to try more comedy, but like I said, those take more time. But I will try. The easiest is for me to just do like weekly reading vlogs because of how busy I am. What did I write? I wrote, bring something new, make people's day brighter. I feel like that sums it up. Oh my God. This is really hard to eat with the fork. Okay, let's wrap that up there. I'll see you next year when my channel is 2 years old, and we'll see if I accomplished any of these things.